Hello again, nerdlings. I'm Beth from Fake Geek Girls Game, and this is Let's Overthink Final Fantasy X. We are in the middle of the Mihen High Road. Finally.
As if I could sleep.
And apparently Tidus can't sleep because he is weak.
Shops are all over Spira. They are quite convenient when you're on the road.
These are, in this game, the shops and also inns. Not that you need inns anymore, since the save points, for the first time in this series, restore HP and MP just by touching them. So you don't actually need to sleep in an inn ever, especially since they always have a save point in them. I guess it's just there out of habit. I don't know. I wouldn't program something out of habit, but I guess people do. I can go shopping, though. And then I can go outside and see what it is like out there when I'm not staggering up to it.
Check it out.
Apparently it's nice out there.
That sunset was different from the one I saw in Kilika. It was quiet, almost gentle.
Like Yuna.
What you up to?
Well, actually she's doing a little voiceover recording of her own. But we don't know that yet, technically.
Sure.
Yes, you are. No, Tidus.
I wish I could
Flirt.
live in a place like this.
Unsurprisingly, considering she's just been making her
Living with a
video
smile on my
will.
face every day.
Yuna's a bit maudlin and wistful.
You can, once you beat Sin, right?
Only for very loose values of live.
But then, a new sin will be born anyway.
Well, then you can just beat it again.
I wish I could.
Unfortunately,
Hey, you can. Trust me. You are the best
in
summoner
theory
out
you
there.
only get one. You can
Yuna?
only defeat Sin once each.
Why does Sin always come back?
Sin is our punishment for our vanity. And it will not go away until we've atoned.
You get a
How do
fair
we do
number
that?
of explanations of sin from a theological standpoint, but it's never
What did we do that was
explained or
so bad in
mentioned
the first
who
place?
is punishing
Ah.
Spira for
Was it used
vanity or
Vox Machina
machina or this or
Ah.
that.
Wait, was that such a bad thing, really?
Just punishment from the
funny.
world at large, I guess.
Hmm?
Because the world doesn't want you to have
Ever
nice
since I was
things.
young, I never questioned it. But now that you ask me if it is that bad or not, I don't know.
Cultural norms are like that.
There are so many things I don't know.
Well,
You
then
don't
we're the
question them
same.
until somebody from outside often
Such thinking is very
mentions that they're
unbecoming
not
of a
universal.
summoner. Sound like Micah?
Tidus, your face.
That's not very nice, you know.
There, you cheered her up, or at least made her decide to pretend to be cheered up, which is good enough, right? And now you're stretching very loudly. It's very impressive. We are all impressed.
You know, during a game, you have to think of Blitz and nothing else, you know?
Okay.
Tidus, where are you going with this?
You can't think, that's a cute girl on the fifth seat from the right. And you can't be thinking about where you're gonna go on that date, because the minute you do, that's when you lose.
Minor and totally irrelevant detail to
You see,
Tidus as being bad at
Yuna,
things.
What I mean is,
Fifth seat
You
from
really
the
shouldn't
right
worry,
is where
you know?
the girls were who
After we
asked
beat
him to
Sin,
sign
that's when you can
something
worry about
for
the
them
future.
at the beginning of
I
the game,
guess.
back in Dream Xanarkand. There we go. He had a point after all.
But Yuna, how are you
Except
supposed to beat something big like that?
there is no after.
The final summoning.
She can't worry about it later because she
It's
has
the
no
only
later.
way to defeat sin. The
So,
only way.
I mean, I guess that means she doesn't have
We
to
can
worry
call
about
the
later
final
at
Aeon.
all.
That's the goal of the pilgrimage. The faith of the final summoning lies waiting in the far north to greet summoners that complete their pilgrimage. At the
Or at
world's
least that
edge
is what
in
she
Xanarkand.
believes.
In Xanarkand?
The world edge makes it
She means
sound
the
like
ruins of
a
a city destroyed 1,000 years ago.
flat world, a disc, or similar. But it actually probably just is a globe, since you can't... Well, I forget if
sure
you
it's
can go off
ruins?
the bottom of the map or not.
That's what I've heard.
You
I
will
don't think
see
you
it
get
for yourself
free airship flight,
soon
just
enough.
coordinates, so
Yuna, come back inside.
probably it's just a globe. A globe with one large continent. So not a very large globe.
You will go with us to Xanarkand?
Yeah. I'll go. I'll go to Xanarkand. To see it with my own eyes.
Because he's not going to believe that it's ruins until he sees it. Not really believe. Which is probably a good attitude to take, all things considered. All things here being that everyone
I
is lying
knew
to you in this goddamn game.
It couldn't be my Xanarkand. But I had to make sure.
Have to be absolutely positive. You know, that feeling where even when you know something isn't the case, or is the case, you still have to check. Just, you know, maybe. Okay, got another level 1 key sphere. I'm gonna need that for Kamari. Very important, because Kamari doesn't have his own area of the sphere grid. He has to go into somebody else's. My personal preference is to send him into Riku's and teach him to be a thief. Because then you can do twice the stealing. There is no loss. Also, there's the one battle in the mid to late game where you only have Kamari. And you
Sorry?
could really use a thief.
Forgive me, sir. I meant to say pardon me, but it came out in Elbed.
Oh, you're in Albed.
What gave it away?
I am Rin, owner of this establishment. Hela du Sadwi.
Huh?
It means nice to meet you.
Ah, well, Heli do sad we to you too.
If you are interested,
Tidus, no,
Elbed
that's not
primers
how you
can be
pronounce
found all
anything.
over Spira.
At least he
Finding
tried.
them and learning our language might be fun.
I assume Rin
Here,
doesn't
let
give
me
this talk to
you
just
one in
everyone.
commemoration of our meeting. Although you
But
might
he
want
seems
to be
receptive.
careful where you speak our language.
And Rin is being a cultural ambassador and capitalist in his spare time.
Yeah, I hear Albed aren't liked much. Oh, sorry.
Adeki Krisa.
It is a shame.
Someone help! The chocobos!
That's our cue. Let's go.
Huh?
Oh,
Tidus,
thank you for your help.
You were
Please,
the one who
use
said,
this.
hey, let's go punch whatever's troubling the chocobos. You said, let's punch it. We're going to punch it. It has AP. Go. I'm not made of AP. Go punch something. His punching is
To the
deeply
chocobo
inadequate.
corral.
Just kind of hanging out, waiting for you to come out of being culturally ambassadored at. Okay, lots of extremely large panicked birds. Hello, Choco friends. And an extremely large, not at all panicked distress animal. It has a split tongue that I'm not sure I like. So, this boss fight. It has 3, I think, possible endings. None of which are game overs. You can win whether or not you... Or you can proceed through the game whether or not you defeat it. I guess there's also the 4th ending where you just die. Don't get the 4th ending, it's bad. But every now and then, it can be knocked over if you do it enough damage in a certain amount of time. And then if you hit it again... Hang on, let me just... Almost had all... Damn it. If you hit it again, it will be pushed back a bit. See, now I've flipped it over.
Attack now! Push it back!
Thank you, Oren. I was just saying. So you get a couple attacks off. Come on, and then you can move forward. Then it will get up off of flopping on its back pretty quickly. And haste up Lulu because she's really slow, but it's weak to damage she can do. And just murderate it with a free to bit. But if you do that enough times before it manages to do the same to you, you can kick it off that edge. I've never actually been able to do that. To be perfectly honest, I have never successfully done enough focus damage to get it off the edge before it dies. I'm not sure how you would, to be perfectly upfront. I've heard that it has been done. I just have no idea how to do it. Probably it involves hasting the hell out of everybody. But the Chocobo Eater will also knock you back. If it knocks you back too many times without you knocking it back, then it will knock you off the ledge into the old high road, and you won't be able to ride Chocobos for free. Also, you'll get a scene with it eating the Chocobos, and you will be very sad, and also stuck down this place that you don't particularly need to be. And then Ifrit got clobbered, but that's fine. That's kind of what AMs are for. Getting clobbered so that you don't have to. And then the third possible victory, or victory-like outcome, is that you just straight up kill it without either of you going off the edge. Which is by far the most likely. See, there it goes. Boink, and it knocks you back. It's something like 2 or 3 in each direction. I solemnly swear one of these days, in one of these videos, I will get his damn swordplay on the first try. And you'll see that I'm not totally incompetent, only mostly. Yeah, whatever, you think you can step to Lulu, you are so wrong. Especially because she has her lovely assistant backing her up with heals. Heals are important. Ow. That hurt. Can I just dark it so that it won't hit things well? Yes, I can. Ha, that makes this much more efficient. It's like, do damage? Nah, you don't get to do that anymore. Let's see, is this the last? Yeah. No, there's one more. See, I've never... This is probably the closest I've been, but see there, it just knocked me back again. Honestly, if I wanted to knock it off the end, I might have to end up healing it. Just so that I didn't kill it by accident, because it does not have that much in the way of hit points, as you can see. Which is why I'm gonna let Lulu be the one to finish it off with a murderous death fire. So that's generally about how it goes. That was the Chocobo Eater. This is a pretty short episode because right after this is generally where I do some important level grinding, and most importantly,
Have you
grinding
been
for ability
interested in renting
spheres.
some chocobos?
Yes, Ren, we do.
As a token of our gratitude, the first time is free of charge. Please, ask the attendant if you wish to rent.
I'll do that later.
Thank you so much for saving the chocobos.
You want to defeat the Chocobo Eater because there are some things here you can only get on a Chocobo. But I'm going to take a level grinding break here, and as always, love your comments, and I'll see you next time.